Today I wanted to study is the chapter 4, legal frameworks for confidentiality and informed consent. This means is the here is idea is the confidentiality. Confidentiality is the counselor and then visitor, each other counseling, and then there is the confidentiality. Confidentiality is secure, safe, safe, and informed consent. Consent is understand. Mean is the I'm visitor, talk with the counselor. I'm the very stable and then secure or safe. Mean is I'm not worry about my conversation is released to other people. Mean is only counselor have the keep my information. That is confidentiality. Especially is law. Law is government about the confidentiality in Christian counseling. The law is government is very specifically control the management, not release client information. In Christian counseling, confidentiality is the foundational ethical and legal practice. Here is foundation ethical and legal principle. Ethical behavior. And legal is government. Government is law should follow. If not follow penalty. This is the legal action. The law and ethical standards that given confidentiality can vary depend on license, setting, and jurisdiction, but the following are key areas to understand. Legal framework. Legal framework is one of the ideas is legally. Christian counselor may be held a different legal standard based on their credential. Credential is license. Something like the rebel. Even one example is there are several legal framework. One is the licensed counselor, as like the NMFT, LPC, LCSW. They are the licensed counselor. License is the government special license program. Board of the licensing board provide the counselor license. They require, bound by the state license law, required to follow state and federal confidentiality law, as like in HIPAA in healthcare setting. That's a typical example. Mandatory reporting law is must break confidentiality within a client disclosure. Client disclosure means client information is released outside of the entity. And the suspected child suspected child, elder, and dependent adult abuse. Abuse? What is abuse? Abuse is the one of the misconduct and then treat of the harm to self or other, duty to one and the protect. Mean is treat someone self suicide, something like, or kill himself, or kill others. Something like this is the license recognize some one of the client very dangerous. They should report. There is a treatment of the harm to self or others. And then another one, court order or legal sub bonus is one of kind the special order letter to court is conduct something. That is the court order. And the documentation must maintain clinical record, securing and follow rules on who can assess them. Mean is nobody, typically some designated people only assess client information, include the name, social security number, and address, and telephone number. Do you have the social security number? Social security number very important. Yeah. Social security number is one of kind the who are you. Yeah. Some international students, they did not have the social security number. Why? Social security number is the actually U.S. government assigned the social security number only one people. Only one people, one get social security number, not your. But that social security number is the all activity and information of the one person. The reason social security number is very important. That is must maintain clinical records securely and follow rules on who can assess them. Another one is the license and then compared to pastoral counselor or clergy. Often protected under clergy patent village. Communications made during spiritual counseling may be legal protected from disclosure in court. Exception is varied by status. Some states still require clergy to report abuse or treat of the harm, even written in confessional setting. Not all pastoral counselors are covered by HIPAA unless they provide services in converted entity, hospital and clinic. This is the pastoral counselor, is the this one licensed. Licensed counselor should report, and then pastoral counselor is less required, but some important the situation, even pastoral counselor should be reported. There are one example, HIPAA regulation, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. What is it? HIPAA. The Health Insurance Probability and Accountability Act is a special act. Is U.S. federal law enacted in 1996 to protect the privacy and security of individuals' health and informed. What is this? Especially privacy and security individual information is only accessed himself, not other people, not public. It also aims to improve the efficiency of the health care system by standardizing electronic data exchange. What is this? All of the HPAA is the counselor into billing. Billing is the, okay? Billing. Billing is the invoicing. Is receive the money. There is the protection, some regulation, is the has insurance portability and accountability. They are protect client information, not release outside. Who is in charge for the record keeping? Something like that. Definition of the HIPPA. HIPPA stands for Health, Insurance, Portability, and Accountability Act. Very important law. HIPAA includes rules that affect healthcare providers, healthcare plans, healthcare clearing house, and their business associates. There are several covered entities. Propose why? Why did HIPAA has insurance, portability, and accountability? Why? HIPAA was created to ensure health insurance coverage for workers and their families when they change or lose job. Is portability. Reduce healthcare fraud and abuse. This one is HIPAA system. Is the someone find the healthcare fraud and abuse. That is protect. And enforce standard for electronic healthcare transaction and national identifier. Is the electric transaction. Do you submit? Do you have the DMV license, or you buy some house? You upload your document to server. As like this one is the UR electric system. Is the electric system is more easy, but is the electric system is carefully managed. Mean is there are more convenience, but the system is received, send, gathering database. There is a need to database. And then insurance coverage to the worker, okay, reduce healthcare fraud. Mean is this electric electric transaction, fraud. What is fraud? The some kind of intentionally they are wrongdoing. Submit the manipulated document, manipulated, edited, amended, but it's, the content is wrong. Wrongdoing is abuse and fraud. And the abuse is the something like the people is the very hardly not fair, and then something like the difficulties. Enforce standard for electronic healthcare transaction and national identifier. This is identifier. What is it? You submit your data. Even some people upload the apply the green card or something. They are tracking your document to submit. When you submit, what status your submission data? Something like this is trying this how to they recognize who is login, access. Something like this is a national identifier. Most importantly for counselor, yes, HIPAA is very important. Protect the privacy and security of the individual's health information. Privacy, secure rule is that is very important to keep the record, not release other people's. Major HIPAA rules. Protect the health information. Protect the health information in any form, written, oral, or electronic. Should privacy. Protected health information include anything that can identify a patient. Identify is the what is the identify? Picture ID. Something like a name, something like the name, email address, and telephone number. That is should be safety, not release other people. That is privacy. Identify a patient and them related to their health condition, care and payment. Give the payment right over their health information. It means is the if client or patient wanted to give me my information, it means is the should give the client information. Right to access their medical record. Yes. Right to the request collection. Something wrong. Address changing or some other is the changing, that is a report and then update. Require right to know who has accessed their data. Require notice of the privacy practice to given to patients. HIPAA secure rule apply to electronic. PHI is the here protected health information. Yes, require safeguard in three areas. Three areas is administrative, another one is physical safeguard, and then technical. Administrative system information is the policies and step training. That is administrative secure rule, and the physical safeguard is the locked cabinet and facility access. Facility, no one access facility. Only allowed people only access facility. Or locking the student information data in the cabinet and rack, something like this one. And technical is password and encrypt. Encrypt is the rack, as the encrypt is a special rule nobody know directly. Require cover the entity to use the administrative, technical, and physical, such as passcode, password, protected file, encrypted communication, secure storage, and disposal of the record. Disposal record is sometimes shared. Shared is the this paper is cut small size and then to disposal. That is needed to protect the secure information people. Require here and then HIPAA breach notice rule, notification rule. Breach is unopportunely information is open to some people. You remember hacking? Some hacker hacking the information that is released. If they are released, they should notice to their client. Require healthcare provider and entities to notify affected individuals, the government, and sometimes the media if their data breach occur. Data breach is the data breach means it's released, open, is their client information is the unfortunately released. Require cover entity to should notify patient of any breach of the unsecure. Should sometimes I receive the email from my bank saying some your information is released. Very carefully. Notify U.S. Department of Health and Human Service. Notify media if the breach affects more than 500 individuals. That is sometimes a huge effect. HIPAA enforce rule. Enforce is the implementation the rule is enforced. HIPAA enforcement rule authorized U.S. Department of Health and Human Service is a department to conduct compliance investigation. Compliance means is the compliance is follow rule. Investigation and improve civil penalties for HIPAA. Violation, especially for breach that compromise electric protected health information and violating the rules of HIPAA. Something like you are not follow HIPAA, there is a penalty or suspend. This is the rule is enforced. The HIPAA enforce rule established directives around the compliance, investigation, and penalties for violation. Violation is the not follow. is the violation. This resolve around the procedure and then financial liabilities caused due to non-compliance of the HIPPA privacy and security requirements. Those rules are designed to prevent anyone with access to EPHI, protected health information in electronic form from disclosure. Mean is all people, all of the licensed counselor should follow. This table is the type of the violation, rank of the awareness is cost each violation is $1 to $50,000. All such violation in year is 1,500,000. Justifiable who is 1,000 to 50,000. Is willing for neglect, collective the action taken is 10,000 to 50,000. Willing for neglect, corrective action pending is $50,000. This is penalty amount. Who must follow HIPPA? Who must? Yes. Covered entity, healthcare provider who transmits health information electronically. Doctor, therapist, hospital, they send the billing. Health plan, insurance company, HMO, something like that. Healthcare clearance house, example doctor, hospital, clinic, health plan. They must follow. Business association, people or organizations, that had PHI on help or covered entities. Billing entity, billing service, cloud storage vendor, something. Example, billing company, IT vendors, cloud service, and consultant. Hybrid entities are the university or ministry with both covered and non-covered function. Mean is if they are covered or not, that is huge impact. Does HIPPA apply Christian counselor? Mean is the government counselor should follow the policy of the government established. But Christian counselor is a different category. They need to follow their own standard, not government standard. If the Christian counselor should follow HIPAA, yes, if they condition should follow, provides health system and bill electronically, yes. Now, that is important. Work in hospital, clinic, and health plan. Yes, they should follow HIPAA. But some cases not follow HIPPA. Offer spiritual or pastoral counseling only, not legal action. The pastoral counseling is the more simple. Church pastor use the psychological counseling is more high level, is the no level, is the more low level, mean is the not give them is a special regulation, as like the HIPAA to bother. Offer spiritual or pastoral counseling only, do not bill insurance. Mean is pastoral counselor cannot bill. In the transaction has to import electrically. Important even if not legally required to follow HIPP, many Christian counselors voluntarily adapt its standard for ethical reason. If you are licensed Christian counselor, and you must hear same. Keep client healthcare record. Yes. When they come to the hospital, what treatment they have? Car accident or something outside their skin problem, or broken the arm, broken the leg, something like this one. Christian counselor also keep the record. Keep client healthcare record, bill, insurance, work in medical and institutional setting. Then you are like the covered entity and must follow HIPPA rule. If you are pastoral or lay counselor, not operate within the healthcare context, you may not be legally required to comply with the HIPAA, but you are still expected to uphold confidentiality through ethical and spiritual responsibilities. This means is that you are a pastoral counselor or special counselor, chapter 4 is we continue the Christian counselor. The apply the this one, okay. Chapter 4 is raw about the confidentiality in Christian counselor. Should legal framework is licensed counselor and the mandatory report law, and then pastoral counselor or clergy should follow the some rule according to HIPAA, health insurance Portability and Accountability Act. They are applied the key information is health insurance portability and accountability and act is legal binding is to keep the client the information in the social security number, name, address, and any kind of information, not open to public. Usually now is electronically is three kind of area: administrative, physical safeguard, and technical. Is the, if HIPAA breach notice rule is if your client information is breach is open to the by hacker something like should intentionally report to the client to understand. If HIPAA not apply, not compile the law, there is enforce. Enforce mean is the government imply their law. That mean is a penalty. Is happen. Is here is the some important here enforcement. Enforcement law authority U.S. Department of Health and Human Service to conduct compliance investigation in impose civil penalty. Here, civil penalty for HIPAA violation is quickly is breaches that compromise the electric protocol, practice health information, and violate the rule of the HIPAA. Mean is that you are okay. You drive the car. You did not stop at the signal, red signal. What happened? Police not there. You are lucky. You go. But it's behind the car. Police watch you, and then siren. Whoa, whoa. Hold on. You are stopped and the street, right? And then police office come here, and then you are violated, not stop at stop sign. You have the penalty $50. You receive the $50 citation. You should pay inside in 20 days or 30 days. That is the what? Enforcement. Okay? This one is very the specific violation is here. The HIPAA enforcement rule established directives and around the compliance, investigation, and penalties for violation. This revolves around the procedure and financial liability. Here, financial liability means is you pay the some penalty caused due to non-compliance of the HIPAA privacy and security requirement. Mean is that you are procedure, you additional education, something like the or penalty is the money, is financial liability. You pay something, as like the pay tax. These rules are designed to prevent anyone with access to EPHI protect the health information in electronic form. Electronic form is the document is the old type is only paperwork. Now is not paperwork. It's the electric type of the computer data. From is disclosure. Is developed by Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Service. The handler forced by the Health Human Service and enforced by the Office of the Civil Right. Each seek to find the EPHI handler for breach and hold them accountable. In case of the non-compliance, penalty depend on the severity will impose financial penalty as costly and go up 1.5 million. You see the chart, the table? Yes. Type of violation. What kind of violation? Cost of each violation. One time, one case. But whole such violation in a year, 1 year maximum. Lack of the awareness is the one case is up to $100,000 to $50,000 penalty. It's great. And if total your violation penalty is 1.5 million, wow. And justifiable case is 1,000 to maximum is 50,000, and the willing neglect collective action taken is 10,000 to 50,000, and the willing to neglect the collective action pending case is the how much? $50,000. It's penalty. Mean is the counselor should follow HIPAA. If not follow, penalty. Very important, privacy. Who must follow the HIPAA? Covered entity. Covered entity includes the healthcare provider who transmit health information electronically is doctor, therapist, and hospitals. And then health plan insurance company, HMO, healthcare clear houses, example doctor, hospital, clinic, health plan. Business associate, what? People or organizations that handle PHI on behalf of the covered entity. Some company, billing service company, or cloud storage vendor. Why cloud? What is cloud service vendor? Storage vendor. Everybody remember is example client information. Information include e-file. E-file, where is the digital format should storage where? Computer or cloud? What is cloud? Cloud means it's the big data server with the storage there. That is a cloud storage service. There is many cloud services. Where? Google storage service. And then Dropbox. There is a vendor should keep the record very where? What? Safety. Never release. Hybrid entity. Hybrid entity are university or ministry with both covered and non-covered function together. Hybrid and then does HIPAA apply the Christian counselor? Christian counselor accept? Yes. If they are provide health service and bill electrically, yeah. Insurance billing. If you are counseling billing, should provide follow the HIPAA, work in hospitals, clinics, or health plans. But sometimes they not follow the HIPAA, when offer just only spiritual and pastoral counseling only. It's the church setting, or some the ministry setting, that's it. Does not bill, insurance, or transmit health info electrically. Yes. Importance is even if not legally required to follow HIPAA, many Christian counselors voluntarily adapt its standard for ethical reasons. Yes. That is important. If not, we should follow. If you are licensed Christian counselor and you keep client health record, yes, bill insurance, work in medical and institutional setting, that is should follow. Then you are likely covered entity and must follow HIPAA rules. If you are pastoral and lay counselor not operating within the healthcare context, you may not be legally required to comply with HIPAA, but you are still expected to uphold confidentiality through ethical and spiritual responsibility. Mean is that you are here is not required or may not, but you keep. Even you are not required legally, but we are needed to follow confidentiality, keep the safety place, client information. Apply when the Christian counselor work in healthcare setting or bill insurance require informed consent form. What is this one? Any kind of information, client, oh, okay, I know. It is consensus. I know. And the checkbox and the signature. Notice of privacy practice. Secure handling of the protected health information. Limited sharing or client data without written permission. Mean is the privacy of the information of the client should keep never open to public. Only permitted person, permitted procedure needed to access client data. That is health information. HIPAA. Another important law is the PERA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Law, Privacy Act. This is very related to educational field. FERA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act is the federal law enacted in 1974 that protected the privacy of the student education record. Student education record. What is student education record? Transcript. Yes. Grade. And then student name, phone number, address, email, something. This one is the privacy information. should keep from outside of people. Yes. It applies to all schools and educational institutions that receive the fund from U.S. Department of Education. What is this? U.S. government give the money to school. Why? Usually education is more public. Government give to the school, or government funding school should follow this one. If not receive the money from the government, may not follow. Purpose of the FARA gives parents and eligible students. Students should 18 years old plus, means over 18 years, or in college, right to assess their educational record. Yes, require collection to inaccurate or misleading record. Yes, have some control over the disclosure of the personally identifiable information in those records. What is personality? Personal identity number, driver license, and then passport. Some sort of this information, and then picture. This is very specific personal information that is should keep. Key provisions of the FARA access to record. Parents and the eligible students have the right to inspect and review student education record within 45 days of the request. Mean is that they are, I want to see my record. Give me. Should provide them in 45 days. That is regulation. Amended right, if a parent or student believes a record is inaccurate, it's wrong. They may request the school collect it. Yeah. This means is that some of the information is wrong. Student or parents ask to change. If school deny the request, a formal hearing may be requested. Formal hearing is the official communication, written letter. Disclosure of the information, school must have the written permission from parents of the eligible student to release any information from student education record, except under certain conditions. If the school releases information to someone, they need to written permission, but some exception in case school officers with the legitimate educational interest, teacher, administrator, they allowed to access student data. Other school where the student is transferring upon request. What do you mean? Some student from this school to transfer other school request this student come to the house transfer in. Please give me student information. This one is upon request, and this school should provide them. Financial aid organization determine eligibility. Financial aid is to provide some the benefit, financial benefit. And the accrediting organization is accreditation agency request some information about the school when they are reviewing program. That time is student information should open to accreditation agency. And the health and safety emergency. Emergency is to protect the student or other. Is the some information very important? Contact information, family information, something like that. Judicial order or subpoenas with the notice when required mean is court order that is legal binding that is should open. Directory of the information. What kind of information is the close certain directory information? Is the name, address, telephone number. Yes, date and place of the birth. Where you born? China or in the Africa or where? Something like China, and then place is the location is the Shanghai or something like. They need major field of study. What is your major field? Is the ministry or business, something like this one. And then honor or award. You have any award is here. And then date of the attendance. When the student is attended, is the student is attended 2024, 2025, he or she attended or not. That record is keeping in school. That data is the protected from people, other. But school must notify parents, students, and allow them opportunity to opt out of the directory information disclosure. Who is eligible student? Eligible student is the name, age is the 18 years old. A student attend the post-secondary institution. Regarding to what is post-secondary? Post-secondary mean is high school. High school. In here is the United States elementary school. Early one is a kindergarten, and then elementary school, junior high school, and then post-secondary, and then higher education. And then once student is eligible, parents no longer have the right on the para, those right to transfer to student. Here, apply para and HIPAA. HIPAA applied para where education institution apply, and then HIPAA healthcare providers covers. Para is educational record. HIPAA is healthcare health record. Student health record in K-12 or college is protected by para. This means student health record in para regulation. HIPAA is no. College and college counseling center open under para but HIPAA, if not part of the educational record system. Mean is more than college is HIPAA. In most cases, student counseling record, mental health or academic counseling at the school or university fall under para and HIPAA together. Applies in educational setting where counseling is part of school service. Yes, you know the counseling service is one of a kind of school service. Counseling, what kind of counseling? School has a lot of service. Sometimes you want to job after graduate. School provide job fair, job introduction, something like the specific service, and provide the how to job searching, and then how to prepare your resume. You have the any express submit resume in here? US style, American style. How to the template, something like, and then interview. How to interview with the employer. The technically skill. That is the school provider. And sometimes academic counseling. What is academic counseling? You are next quarter, what kind of subject, what kind of class you will take. And then when you graduate, 2 years later, 3 years later, or 1 year later, that is academic counseling. Something like that. Also, the student counseling. Counseling is the mental counseling. The United States, student is a lot of the problem is there some alcoholic. Student is alcoholic problem, alcohol, drug. That is should recover. That is you did not sometimes not found, but some people, some students is a huge problem. This applies in educational setting where counseling is part of the student service. Mean is a student service. Yeah. That is school should provide service. But sometimes the minor here, parent may have the assess minor student to the counseling record. Minor, what is minor? Less than 18 years old. Or some student is disabled. Disabled student is the physical body or mental status is not normal, is general or common condition. That is special, they need special care. That time, parents can assess the student record, counseling record, unless counselor determines it would harm the student. We compare licensed counselor and pastoral counselor. Aspect, licensed counselor, pastoral counselor, HIPAA, HIPAA, apply is licensed counselor? Yes, should. Pastoral counselor only if in covered entity. Mean is the pastoral counselor is the included in covered entity. Mean is the some special license service, not only spiritual care service. Mandatory reporting is licensed counselor? Yes, yes. And pastoral counselor sometimes varies by state. Mean is the each state has each regulation. Some state is the should mandatory. Mandatory is everybody do it. But some states is exempt, depend on regulation of status, state. And the clergy patent village is the licensed counselor is not applicable, but pastoral counselor open apply. Mean is we have the two kind of concept is licensed or pastoral counselor. Pastoral counselor license is more okay. This one is the here. Licensed the counselor is more professional and then legal binding and state approved state registered, and then billing insurance, and health care institution. This one. This one is the licensed counselor. Licensed counselor is the more professional job. If you are understanding, I am professional counselor. My license is registered in state. Mean is you are the client. Some court sentence or you need to 20 hours specific professional counseling time. 20 hours. That is your requirement. Means you are appointment with professional counselor, and the counselor counseling with the client, and then billing invoice. As like doctoral office. You have any experience in hospital in United States? Not yet? Yes, no. Hospital. Never go to hospital. No. Dental or any kind. And in surgery, no, not yet?
Never sick.
Never sick. You are strong. Because in case is that you go to the doctoral office, you may be two kinds. One is emergency or regular. Emergency is the 911. Call 911. People is very emergency. Is the emergency is the 911 ambulance come to my place and then take me in the delivery to emergency. Very emergency. I have the one time I take the emergency car accident. Car driver and behind some car, one car is push my car. My car is total loss. The car is surround the airbag is the disposed, and then we cannot drive anymore. And that time, very shocked. And then there is police come to the place, and then they are reported, police report, and then ambulance come to us, take us, bring to hospital. That is the hospital is I go to the emergency room. Emergency. That is emergency. Or another case is I appointment time. Tomorrow or next week, what time in the appointment? I'm visiting the hospital. Is two kind. Is even licensed counselor has appointment. When you come to next visiting, okay, next Wednesday, okay, 10 a.m. And then I appointed, you have the counseling time is 1 hour. You mean is 20 hour? 20 mean 20 times meeting with me. That is one of the professional job. That is the reason I'm the legal binding. Mean is legally that is a procedure. And the state license. My counselor is licensed, is the state registered. Mean is the state exam or state regulation, they require counselor quality or requirement. And the bill insurance is I billing. I'm counseling and then I'm billing 1 hour 250. Something like. I'm the billing to where? Insurance company. Insurance company give to me money. This is billing. This is a healthcare institution, hospital, some kind of state. This is a licensed counseling is the more professional. There is no even Christian or not. But it's the pastoral counselor is the more ministry and more Christian counseling. It's not legally binding. State not state registered. Only as the pastor. I'm the minister. I'm ordained the pastor. I have the counseling class I'm studying, and then I give to the spiritual counseling or some advisor. You know, advisor. Advisor is really advising, not cure. Cure is the cure, not cure, not heal. But spirit professional, they involve the healing and the treatment. Treatment is the by professional, but the pastoral counselor is the advisor. Is a different position. Mean is pastoral counselor is the function is limited, but is a limited function is more important. Why? Professional license is very difficult to meet. Pay the money, but the pastoral is very easily, kindly. That's different. And then this one is the can breach confidentiality? Breach, yes. Illegally required situation, but it's yes. In Christian counselor, maybe yes. In mandate abuse treatment court order is happen, they should release open. And the ethical guideline is the AACC, and then Christian is AACC, and the denominational code. This is the we will learn next week. Next week is chapter 5. Chapter 5 is ethical guideline and denominational standard. Not today. There is the several organization. It's like the American Association of Christian Counselor. You heard this one? This one is one of the organization. They are make the special regulation and the standard. You do something, you do not something. You do, willing to do, you say this one, you did not say this one. This is a standard. Standard is the provided us is the American Association Christian Counselor is one of kind the special regulation is organization for counseling. Another one is the here. We learn about the regulation next week. This one. Second one is the National Christian Counselor Association. It's NCCA. It's the second standard of the Christian counselor. And then next one, next week we will learn. Today you received this one? Not yet. Yes, you received it? Chapter 5? Oh, you have it already? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much. Another one, chapter 5 is American Counseling Association. We are major three kind of association. There is a regulation. And then what standard for ethics that we will learn next week. Okay, everybody keep your chapter 5 handout and then see you next week. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, bye. Thank you, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, bye.